Cinderella woke up to a sparkling morning in her grand castle. She grinned at the sunlight and came up with a bright idea. Today would be a perfect day for a costume party with all her friends. The mischievous minions overheard and instantly bounced up and down with excitement, banana smoothies sloshing everywhere. The minions zipped into the sewing room like a tiny yellow storm. They dove into piles of soft, colorful fabric and tangled up with shiny ribbons, eager to create their own outrageous costumes. Cinderella joined them, smiling at their wild ideas. She gently showed them her favorite colors, but the minions just grinned wider. They mixed polka dots with sparkling stripes and added every color under the sun. Soon, a minion strutted out wearing a giant cupcake-shaped dress, wobbling back and forth for everyone to see. Cinderella burst into a kind giggle. The other minions scribbled frantic notes, ready for their next masterpiece. Suddenly, Cinderella's royal friends arrived. The minions showed off their dream costumes, a dress with big butterfly wings, one looped with little fairy lights, and another with a skirt so fluffy it looked like a cloud. The minions started cutting, snipping, and gluing. Scissors twirled, ribbons shot across the room, and glitter whooshed everywhere until it looked like a magical snowstorm. Now it was Cinderella's turn. The minions spun her around, wrapping sparkling blue fabric and pinning on oversized bows, hats, and flowers galore. Cinderella took a peek in the mirror and burst into giggles. Her dress was huge and covered with every silly shape the minions could find. Laughing together, Cinderella carefully helped adjust every costume. She made sure they kept all the minions' wonderful ideas but tweaked them so everyone could actually walk. Backstage, excitement buzzed in the air. The minions gathered with brushes, fairy lights, and clipboards, pretending to be the world's silliest fashion team. The curtains swished open. Cinderella swept onto the runway, twirling in her magical, one-of-a-kind dress. The audience cheered and clapped with delight. Next up, the minions shimmied down the catwalk, one with a banana hat, another in glittery boots, all of them showing off their rainbow capes. Suddenly, one minion slipped in a patch of glitter. He spun, twirled, and landed perfectly with a banana peel salute. Everyone burst out laughing and clapped even louder. All the princesses and minions joined the runway, spinning and flapping wings. Fairy lights blinked, skirts swished, and everyone danced in the sparkling glow. At the end, Cinderella grabbed the microphone and thanked the minions for their wild imaginations. The minions took a big bow, so big that every hat fell off their heads.